Good afternoon, everyone. Phil Simons here with Columbia Grain and your monthly USDA report supply and demand recap. Well, the cat is out of the bag as USDA did release the September monthly supply and demand report this morning. And really, in surprise fashion, USDA did decide to rip the Band-Aid off as opposed to what we have traditionally seen the USDA do in terms of easing our way into any types of adjustments on potential yields, and the market definitely reacted in kind. Primarily in the bean pit, as the corn yields did come in line with pre-report estimates, but soybeans were a little bit more of a surprise. We can definitely see the reaction in the markets today. Overall, we did see December corn futures close with an 11-cent gain. Wheat was mostly unchanged, with Chicago down 10, Kansas down 2, and Minneapolis down as well. Now, we did see the big surprise come in the bean pit, with beans actually closing with 76-cent gain on the day. But let's take a look at the numbers and see why we saw the reaction that we did. So I am sharing my screen with you again so we can kind of dive into the numbers a little bit here. And we can see that on the left-hand side of the screen, U.S. corn yield, the bushel per acre on average throughout the U.S. You can see more on the right-hand side of that first chart. The numbers came in at 172.5 bushel to the acre for the September estimates for the 22-23 crop year. Now, this is in comparison to the August estimate, which was coming in at 175.4 bushel to the acre. So overall, corn yields month on month did come down 2.9 bushel to the acre. Also to remember that the previous year, the 21-22 crop year, we did see the corn yield at 177 bushel to the acre for the U.S. National average for corn. The year prior to that, if we look at 2020, 2021, corn yields were actually at 171.4 bushel to the acre. The other thing to note here was the reduction in U.S. corn harvested area. You can see that in August of 22-23, last month's numbers, the USDA was giving us 81.8 million acres harvested in the U.S. for corn. And for September, we did bring that down by 1 million acres and currently sitting at 80.8 million acres now on the latest number from the USDA in terms of corn acreage. Now, what does this actually translate into ending stocks? We can see on the left-hand side of the screen, U.S. corn ending stocks now, as of the September report, are showing 1.219 billion bushels for the U.S. In comparison to where they were coming in last month at 1.388. And again, when we compare that to where we were last year at 1.5, but again, real similar fashion to where we were in 2020, 2021 at 1.235 billion bushels overall for U.S. corn ending stocks. When we really translate that into world ending stocks in terms of million metric tons, again, these numbers are going to be less any China supplies that we actually have on the books. But we can see that from the month of August to September, we were down, looks like just about 5 million metric tons and currently sitting at 97.3 million metric tons of world ending stocks for corn, and primarily did come in a reduction in U.S. ending stocks. I kind of turned the page a little bit, really where all the fireworks we're seeing today. U.S. soybean yield in terms of bushel per acre. On the left-hand side of the screen, that first chart there, you can see the September estimate. The number for today actually came in at 50.5 bushel to the acre, which was down from last month's number, which was 51.9. So overall, there was a little bit of a surprise with that reduction in terms of yield for soybeans, down 1.4 bushel to the acre. And then also the same thing, similar in harvested acres, not too much of a discrepancy there, but then again, down in comparison to where we were last month, just helping to magnify the potential situation that we may be seeing. Again, looking at how this is going to translate into the U.S. soybean ending stocks, on the left-hand side of the screen, we can see that the September estimate for 22-23 crop year right now is coming in at 200 million bushels. And this is in comparison to where we were last month at 245 million bushels. And same thing in terms of world ending stocks on the right-hand side of the screen, again, minus China. We can see that the overall world ending stocks really are mostly still in line with where they were from last month. So then again, just kind of looking into the numbers a little bit more, we can see the reasoning or the rationing behind why soybeans were so much more aggressively trading today as opposed to corn. Although they will continue to look at each other for more directional as we move forward. So remember, just get your orders out there. This is just another great example of why it's important to have your orders out there and working, especially when we see a 76-cent move in one day in soybeans. So please get a hold of your local Columbia Grain merchandiser and we go get those orders out there working for you. And remember, facts are priceless and opinions are worthless. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk with you on Friday.